Welcome to our live. We're back. Yeah.
We got anybody in here? Still working on figuring out this live stuff, so don't judge us. Oh, looks like there's one person in
We
it.
got one person.
Feel free to comment, ask any questions. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. What are we going to talk about today, though? Random things.
Oh, geez.
I know what I've been thinking about lately is if I get into a car accident or something that happens, I can't tell the people that I'm a carnivore not to give me the IV with the sugar in it, and then my body reacts, and then they start thinking something else is wrong with me, and it creates a bigger problem than what may be wrong with me. So I know I've been kind of thinking about that lately of what happens if I get hospitalized and I can't say, hey, don't give me this particular food via a stomach tube or IV.
I hadn't thought about that.
I'm worried that they're going to give me the carbs into the IV or something, and my body's going to have a negative reaction. And
that's absolutely something to think about.
My intestines, I might get bloated. My body may start shutting down.
Well, I mean, look.
That's what I've been kind of thinking about that lately.
Look what happened to me after eating that supposedly all natural elk jerky.
Well, it didn't bother me. It bothered you.
Oh man, it destroyed me. My arthritis that has been gone for months. Yeah. Gone. These two fingers, especially this knuckle right here. Wow, I couldn't even touch it 2 hours after eating that jerky. And we read the ingredients.
It's all that. It's natural.
There was something in there, but
I wonder if it was because there was natural smoke in it. So I don't know. Maybe that was it, because the other ingredients we've had before. But yeah, I'm worried about that.
But I never thought about that. That's actually a good thought.
Especially going through nutrition class, and I learned the different ways they can give you food via in your veins, stomach tube, or through your intestine tube. Stuff like that, depending on if you can swallow or speak or any of that kind of stuff. And I just think because what we've learned in class is they give those supplements, those supplemental shakes in stomach tubes and stuff, feeding tubes, and they're not the greatest that the hospital gets. And I've been thinking about that.
I hadn't been, but now that you brought it up, I'm thinking about it because of what I went through just from that stupid jerky. I only had a couple pieces, and it trashed me. I think there's still just ever so slightly a little bit left in there, and that was what, a week ago, week and a half ago.
Yeah.
But, wow, that just royally sucked. It just straight up sucked. 2 hours. Okay, something not good. It has just happened.
I kind of joked around that I was going to get by my vein on both my arms. I'm a carnivore. Don't get any carbs.
Okay. I have other things going on.
Oh, sorry about that. Our internet buffed. I think we need to turn off our camera.
I'm doing it.
I need to turn off my phone. I have class today, guys, too, so I'm going to try to do class at the same time, but I can always watch it back now.
The neighbors' chickens are setting up the cameras, chewing up.
Sorry.
Oh.
Y'all froze.
Y'all froze, yeah. Oh, we got 4 in here.
Yeah, so we're back. Sorry about that. So we have cameras around our house, and if it's windy, they constantly go off and take some of our bandwidth sometimes. So it just depends.
I could change it.
Well, I'm attending my Zoom class for school. I can rewatch it though, so don't worry about it.
Yep.
And so that doesn't help. But I turned the Wi-Fi off on my phone, so we're good. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yay, technology.
So anyway,
But
looks like we got a couple more people. But yeah, I had a couple pieces of elk jerky, and it flared up my arthritis that has been gone for months, and had a bad time. And she brought up if she got into an accident, was hospitalized, and couldn't tell them not to put the carbs in her IV because of what it could do to her. And I had thought about that, and now I'm like, wow, I'm glad I'm a good driver, but that's not to say you can't still end up in an accident. And
yeah,
I don't want to go through that again. That could give off false signals to them when you're in a coma or whatever, and they try to treat you for something else. I mean, that's a little bit scary.
yeah.
I don't know about getting tattoos around your blood veins, so.
Well, I am a carnivore, so if they have to call you, to tell them not to give me particular food because you can tell just they have a severe allergy. I will let my parents know that they just need to tell them I have severe allergies and I can't have like plant-based foods and stuff like that. So kind of just let your loved ones know that, that you can't have certain foods and it helps as well. So yeah.
Does anybody got any questions? Oh, what do we got?
My worst fear is going to the hospital.
I don't like going to hospitals anyway. That was another motivation for even doing carnivore to begin with, is so I don't have to go. But I do go when it's necessary, but it is definitely worrisome.
And it is concerning because of what you are provided for food, and it's not what we should be eating. They just give you processed food. I know one person I follow on Instagram, she's a carnivore, and she got sepsis, and she had to be hospitalized, and she was lucky, honestly, to be alive. And she does contribute her health and surviving it from, the carnivore lifestyle. But the stuff that she wasn't allowed to eat anything. And then they were questioning, are you eating outside this? Because she wasn't eating what they were providing. And so, this is what I'm 6 years carnivore.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome. I can't wait till we get to that point.
Oh, that is super awesome.
We're just a little bit past 1 year. So
I mean,
I can't imagine
barely past 1 year.
I can't wait till we have over 6
years.
So we are loving it for sure. And
never going back.
That's
not
awesome.
ever. This is it from here on out.
If you want to, what made you become a carnivore 6 years ago? If you want to answer it, you don't have to if it's like super personal or anything. But I would be curious, especially because you were an older individual. I would be curious to hear why you went carnivore. But so I'm worried about going to the hospital too, just because they don't, feed you the best, and then they question everything.
We'll go for life, same.
Yeah, we will too. We've learned too that we aren't going to be able to go back, honestly, either. My health was horrible. Yeah.
Ours wasn't necessarily horrible, but it wasn't great, and we were gaining weight and just not living our best life and making food our happy place instead of life. And I've said that in the last video. I've said it in several videos, and I've now made it my own personal motto. Whenever people ask me, they see me and they haven't seen me in a while, they're like, holy crap, you've lost so much weight. You're looking so good. What are you doing? And I try to give them just a little bit, because I hate even talking about it with some people, because they want to argue with you, because the books in school and in college and the doctors and everybody says the other thing, what they were taught by these. I'm not even going to go into it. Dr. Barry explains it better than we do.
But chronic kidney disease. Wow, because I know you probably heard this. Too much protein causes kidney disease, and it'll cause your kidneys to shut down. But
kidney disease gone.
And then
gout gone.
He had fibromyalgia.
Gone.
Really
arthritis.
Bad,
yes. I stopped hunting. Her and I both are big hunters. That's I got an elk on my shirt. We're big hunters. We're part of the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. We're both lifetime members, and we're very passionate about hunting. I stopped hunting for the past 5 years because my arthritis in my knee and in my hands was so excruciating. I couldn't even hike in the hills anymore. Now I have zero pain. I have all the energy in the world, and I'm 104 pounds lighter than what I was before we started this.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put the other one on the screen, but yes,
Agreed.
it is.
Agreed.
But I am so glad that you found this lifestyle and proved everyone wrong that says otherwise.
Yep.
So that's fantastic. I love my ribeyes. My kidneys should be shot by now, right? So speaking of kidneys, so before I turned carnivore, I
120.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
That's awesome. Before I became carnivore, my kidney function was at 90 with that test that they do. So at my because I got that done in June, and then I became carnivore in October. So at my June mark, which would have been my 8th month mark as a carnivore, I went back in and got all the tests done, and my kidney was greater than 90. So I actually have better kidney function as a carnivore than I did not being a carnivore. Oh, thank you. His name's Copper.
Yeah, we call him Poo Poo.
Poo Poo. Yeah, he's our little buddy.
He's my little buddy.
Yeah.
He tolerates her.
But... Yeah, he does. He's a daddy's boy. So, but yeah.
I see we got a few people in there. Has anybody else got any questions as to LEP? Is that what this is?
Yeah. Ellie. She said keep her.
Oh.
You guys have any general questions, especially if you've been watching us, or mainly me, kind of, for
we might not be doctors, but we're extremely knowledgeable about this stuff.
I'm going to school to be a nutritionist, and trust me, it's frustrating because I'm like, no.
Yeah, the things that they're trying to teach her, she shows me all the time, and I'm just like, how do you even try to do that assignment, especially the cooking part? I mean,
so
I guess you cook it and give it away to somebody else and go poison someone.
Well, I have alternatives, but I will talk about my cooking class at the end of my cooking class because I don't want to have someone watch this while I'm going to that class and then I get into what school. So I will talk about my frustration with my current food science lab class in about 9 weeks.
What all do we eat a day? In a day? For me, a lot of it is the 100% beef hot dogs. I ate a lot of those. Usually that's my lunch. If not that, then it's 80-20 burger, all grass-fed, grass-finished. We get it from Thomas Cattle Company. Yeah, represent. We love them, especially because they're local. They're not too far from here, and they're a huge cattle company. They're really doing it right, and their beef is excellent, and they ship all
except for Alaska and I think Hawaii, but they ship to all the rest of the United States.
Yeah.
I mainly during the week, because it's super easy for me to do, I eat a pound of 80-20 ground beef and I put 4 eggs in it. But I leave one of the egg yolks out actually and put that in my morning coffee. We still drink coffee.
Yeah.
We haven't decided to eliminate that yet.
I'm not.
And I don't think we're going to because I don't really think it bothers us. I mean, you really don't know until you stop, but
I stopped for 2 weeks. I didn't drink coffee. Yep. I stopped for 2 weeks and I didn't notice a difference. Zero difference. Because I have to offset it. I do notice that it does drain the electrolytes a little bit. I have noticed that. That's why I take 2 of the electrolyte pills in the morning plus my Element electrolyte drink throughout the day. And I don't have any troubles at all. None. I feel fantastic. It's the best. I don't even know if I felt this good when I was 18, 19 years old and I was the same weight.
Yeah. So coffee with butter is good. If you try an egg yolk in it, you got to get one of those little mixer things though that mixes it. It's very similar.
A frother.
The milk frother thing. It's really good. You could try that. But for me, for the meals that we eat mainly a day, we keep it very simple. And on the weekends, we'll throw a steak in there. I'll make my meatball soup and stuff like that. So we kind of keep it simple, honestly. We try not to make it too complicated. It's honestly easier for us. We love the simplicity. So.
Yeah, and we're not drinking a ton of coffee.
Yeah, it's like in the morning.
It's in the morning and that's it. Yeah. We're not like a lot of hardcore coffee drinkers.
I want to start at least ketovore. My biggest struggle, I think, is my mindset. When I go to grocery shopping, I still feel like I need to buy fruits and veggies in order to be healthy.
Yep, been there, done that.
So, but the key is you are thinking about it, which is great.
Yep.
That is a great step forward with a positive mindset. So at least eliminating all that processed foods. And if you still want to eat fruits and veggies, that's perfectly fine, right? Eat a proper human diet, which includes healthy, whole foods.
Yep.
So even if you can't quite get to ketovore, at least eat healthy keto, right? Whole foods keto, not keto bread, not keto granola bars. Stay in the direction you're going. You're going in a positive direction.
Yeah.
You're going to change your life still, no matter what. Just be cautious that some veggies may affect you, and that's kind of where the eliminating them kind of comes into play, and then adding them back in to see if they affect you or not.
And
you
just
still like them.
just a little bit to add to that, something that we typically practice is how can I word it? I'll come back to it. I got to figure out exactly how to word it properly.
So you're going in the right direction, which honestly I promote that to you. Like, that's a big step in general for anybody to take, especially when it comes to changing their lifestyle and their decision making, honestly, and getting out of the standard American diet.
So
I commend you on that. But
so the basics of it, if you could at least just to kickstart it and then go back to ketovore, if you want to do ketovore, if that's the route you want to go, I know she's on board with this. We highly recommend doing at least a 30-day challenge of the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's what got me into this. And then she started seeing the results. Plus, I started giving her the information. I made her watch a couple of the Dr. Berry videos and stuff, and that sent her down the rabbit hole. And now she's just as invested in this as I am. And that's a good thing. It's so helpful to have another person in there with you. But at least do the 30 days. If not, if you can, well, not if not, but if you can make it to the 90 days, that's the one. That will give you a full reset on your body, and then you can go start easing back into ketovore. And if that's where you want to be, go for it. Either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah. And so what's this one? Decaf. I don't want to steam. Yeah. Decaf is
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And be careful with Oh, you tried it? I love it. I honestly have to.
I can't even bring myself to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just can't do it.
My coffee. I'm like, it's not very good.
Yeah, I just.
And fill up on meat before you go shopping, too, because that I don't know if maybe it's because you're hungry and that's kind of deterring you from buying all that stuff. They suggest shopping on the outside of the store. I know our main grocery store, one aisle we have to go down, right? Because it's the cheese hot dog aisle, and it's not, ours is not on the end like some grocery stores put it. So if you shop on the outside aisles, it's best for you. Do keep in mind though,
if you like glyphosate, eat veggies and fruits.
Yes, because it's a toxin.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically, then that's what I was literally about to say is be careful though, because fruits have anti-nutrients in them and toxins, and that's kind of why I am more towards the carnivore lifestyle. I think it's a better choice. However, I would be just as happy for you if you went whole foods, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Jessie J.
I've been eating 3 eggs, 2 pieces of bacon for breakfast, and a pound of ground beef for dinner.
Yeah.
I also lift weights and walk 10 miles a day. Oh, dang.
Heck yeah.
For some reason, I've started to gain weight. Okay, so keep in mind, muscle weighs more than fat.
A lot more.
And if you're working out and you're walking, you are gaining muscle, I guarantee it. And that's why your weight's going up.
So go off of measurements.
Yep.
Take your measurements.
And pictures.
Pictures. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal, but she did it from almost day one in her. Wow, you've seen the thumbnails. I
eat similar, right? So I usually eat my ground beef, and then I snack when I get home too. Like I'll eat a couple hot dogs or I'll have some hard-boiled eggs. So I eat too, more than just that main meal. Kind of. So we kind of eat a little bit more than what we said. But anyways, but I also work out too. I lift weights, and I don't walk as much as you, but I'm staying at 115 pounds. I haven't lost weight, but my body fat is going down. So keep that in mind, that you are probably gaining weight because you're gaining muscle. And muscle is going to make you look better and nicer, and it's actually going to burn more calories. So you may actually find that you're actually needing to eat more as well. And you're welcome, Ellie.
Yep.
Veggies and fruits have natural hormone pesticides, and then they also spray them. Yes, they do.
Yep, 100%.
Yep. That's why I'm more of an advocate for the carnivore lifestyle. However, I really want to also support those people that are trying to change, because it is hard.
Even a version of this is still better than what you were doing before.
I went up in sizes from a size 4 to a size 8. Okay. Okay. I wonder if you haven't changed anything in your diet either. I mean, your abs could be growing.
3
It's
eggs,
kind of weird.
2 pieces of bacon.
Yeah.
For breakfast, a pound of ground beef for dinner. I mean, that's a win.
Yeah. So, okay. So, have you tried not eating pork?
Oh yeah, because you have.
I eat pork. I get sick to my stomach. I bloat, and I will go up a size.
It's unreal, like
instant.
bloated, like. And I'm not making fun of her. Don't she knows that? But it's legit. She walked in. We had pork or something that had pork in it the other day, and she walked in the bedroom, lifted up her shirt, and I mean, her belly was out, and it hasn't been that way in months. And I was like, whoa.
So, yes. So it may be that you're having an issue with the pork. It could be. Usually it's not really the beef. It could be beef, but it's usually a histamine thing. But I'd probably try eliminating the pork first, and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see, like, if you're bloated or not, or if your abs are growing, and like, are you bodybuilding or you're just lifting normal? I don't know. Yeah. I don't eat pork. We eat chicken. I do have to be careful of chicken though, because I get farts. It makes me gassy.
Yeah. I don't seem to have any issues with any meats. None of the meats seem to bother me at all. I'm going to say that I'm fortunate there, but I don't eat any of that stuff except for the chicken whenever she has it, because it's just easier. Her and I both are on the same page, and it doesn't really matter to me. Like I said in the beginning, make life your happy place, not food.
Yeah.
Food isn't supposed to be what makes you happy in life. And once you get into this carnivore way of life and eating this way long enough, food still makes me happy.
Yeah.
I love smoked burgers. I love smoked steaks. I just can't eat them enough. It's so good.
Lion diet, that's
kind of mostly where I'm at, and even her a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But I don't know if I want to go that strict.
That's pretty strict.
It's not strict, but I'm not gonna say it's strict, because I don't like saying that.
No,
but
yeah, you're right.
I don't like saying that it's strict, because I don't think it's strict. But
it's a little more hardcore.
A little bit more, yeah. They're a little bit more what I like, but. You lift normally, just trying to get my strength back. Just battled C. diff for 2 months and am bloated. Yeah. I would probably eliminate pork for now, and see what happens. You may need to eliminate eggs for a little bit too, just depending. But I would definitely eliminate pork. Pork is not technically, as clean, because they only have one stomach. Where ruminant animals process their food more and digest it more. Therefore, that's one of the reason why it's a little bit better for you. So I would definitely stop eating the pork and see what happens.
Yeah, give it a try. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah. And then if it does, like, say in a couple weeks, if you don't have any, like, if it doesn't alleviate or anything, comment in one of my videos and I can help you out. Or you can email me at carnivorelady208@gmail.com, and I'll answer you. Chicken it has a lot of omega-6s, and those aren't good for you, and you want more omega-3s. No.
I don't know. Chicken wings still do it for me for now, but I mean, I don't want to say my taste buds are changing. Maybe they're evolving or de-evolving. I don't know how you would word that, but it's getting to where I'm craving beef more than pretty much anything else.
Yeah, I crave beef like nobody's business.
I mean, that's why we've switched over to beef bacon. We make our own beef bacon. That's
if you can get a hold of some beef belly, make your own beef bacon, because it's delicious.
It's tremendous.
So good. Zucchini pizza. I'm afraid to try anything different besides making my chicken crust pizza, but to me, he really wants me to make it. I'm like, it's just time consuming. I like
It's so
simple
good.
simplicity.
It's so good. It's better than any pizza I've ever had in my life by a long shot, and it's mostly carnivore. It's so good.
Oh, thank you. And he is very precious. But we're here to help. We're not here to. I don't want to belittle people. I am
Nope.
not here to be
I'm
not here to be rude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be blunt, but I'm not here to, force things. I'm here to share my experience, what I have learned, my experience by watching others and just learning
what
from
both
them.
of us are going through, because we're
And
doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're both getting slightly unique experiences. Like she has figured out that mostly beef. For me, I can eat pretty much all meats and not have any issues.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just, oh, you have a great night too.
Yeah. Top with low carb pizza sauce and cheese and ground beef if you want, or beef sausage. And yep, that sounds really good. So I can't eat tomatoes. I shouldn't have ate tomatoes prior to. They caused me to have gas. So when we had lasagna, we knew what to expect. If I had spaghetti, we knew what to expect, and so we actually spread it out so it wouldn't give me tummy upset. I'm not trying tomatoes now. There's no way. I'm pretty sure I would be hospitalized for a reaction.
I don't even crave them. I don't care
I don't
anything
either.
about tomatoes anymore.
I make Alfredo sauce. So if I were to make a carnivore pizza, I would cheat and have a lot of dairy that day.
I would say if there's one thing that I do miss eating, and it used to be my number one favorite food, it was the Yukon Gold potatoes.
Yeah, he brings that up all the time.
Those were my go-to. I could just eat piles of them, and then I found out how bad they are for us, and I haven't had one since, nor do I want to ever have one. I want to keep those positive, good memories, because I've already ruined a couple. Like old-fashioned donuts, I bit into just a little piece just to try it out, and I was going to spit it out. I bit just a little piece off, and I got a couple chews in, and it tasted nothing like what I had before. It was disgusting and so sweet. I literally gagged. I spit it out and was gagging, and everybody's looking at me at work, because that's where I did it. Everybody's looking at me like I'm some sort of freak.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to ruin those good memories, like my grandma's sourdough pancakes and stuff, and buttermilk pancakes she used to make, the waffles and all that. They were my favorite, but I didn't have to give them up though. We got that new
well, those are more keto,
and it's only every once in a while, mostly
because it has coconut flour in it.
Yeah, it's
so they're more of a keto.
It's more
pancake,
keto,
but they're a way healthier option.
Oh, drastically healthier. Yeah.
Isn't it funny? I tried to eat French fries once and they had no taste, and potatoes used to be. Yeah. That's why he doesn't want to try them. Nope. He doesn't want me to even buy one for him to taste. I've been trying to. I'm like, I'll bake you one. I'll make you one.
Not happening. Not ever again.
He doesn't want to ruin his memory of how delicious they were.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, those things are so toxic for us. I mean, they deposit all that
oxalates.
The oxalates in your system. I mean, they're so bad.
I'm not about to have some crystals come out of my eyes when I'm detoxing, so I'm not about that. But yeah, it's very funny how food you thought you really needed and loved don't taste the same anymore, and it's
mind blowing.
Or when you eat them, you're like, oh, and then you feel like crud.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't like that feeling. I ate out one time with my parents, and I literally got an egg with a steak, and I think they put seed oils. I was sick. I came home and I was sick in bed. My pain hurt. I mean, I hurt everywhere. My stomach was so upset, and all I had was a steak and eggs. But I think they used seed oils on the grill.
Yeah.
It's so.
I'm terrified to try anything anymore.
Yeah,
we're both scared, because mainly, I mean, just that jerky recently, that elk jerky, I mean, it jacked me up.
And it's not necessarily like a scary thing.
For me, it is, because the pain is excruciating.
But it's also shocking to learn what affects your body. and you're like, wow, I didn't realize that's what my body was going through until you eliminate it, and then it comes back. Yes.
Oh yeah.
That is one of the horrible effects of seed oils, and they are manufactured and pressed and not good for us to be consuming or using. They were actually invented to oil machines.
Yep.
They weren't made. That oil was not processed for us to eat, but someone had this bright idea. I don't know who. We're not going to say who, but we know. Oh, it's cheap for machines. Let's just go ahead and feed it to these people. And then it'll be even more toxic when they heat it up and cook their food in it. So it is what causes clogged arteries and all sorts of problems and high LDL levels and all that fun stuff.
And that's why we don't eat out either. It
Yeah.
really is.
We eat out at Red Lobster.
Yep.
But that hasn't bothered us. We will go to Hook and Reel.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have a Hook and Reel where you're at, but it's similar to Joe's Crab Shack, if you know what that is.
Yeah, it's like a Cajun style seafood place.
So we do eat out at particular places, but other than that, we don't eat out. We actually don't eat at people's houses anymore either. I will eat what my parents make, but my parents know what we're doing, so they're very accommodating and make sure. And I trust my mom not to put stuff on because she knows how sick it makes me. So we don't eat out either, but I really don't like to. We love to smoke burgers and the steaks, and the meat we get from Thomas Cow Company is delicious. So
yes, that's true. I looked that up. That is actually true, and that is when a lot of bad stuff started happening to our bodies. Is when that stuff got introduced to the cooking industry and the food industry. That's a good point. That is a good point.
And like I said in my last video about fiber, fiber wasn't even a thing until the late 1800s when they some person decided to break wheat down more to break it down more. I forget what the Dr. Kilt's paper said, but it's just like a little blurb. But yeah, there was no such thing as fiber, or that we needed it until the late 1800s. So it's amazing how these things just came about.
And if you just use common sense, all of a
sudden we eat it.
Yeah, if you just use common sense, just really think about it. Look back in history. What was it? And don't say it's because we are all working our butts off and we were so active and everything else. Not everybody was a farmer back in the day. And I'm talking 200 years ago. Most everybody was pretty skinny. Except for in those bigger city areas, there was a lot more heavyset people because there was a lot more agriculture readily available. Everybody else was living off the land and eating wild game and eating cattle, and that's pretty much all they had, and some eggs from their chicken and whatnot. But all these problems that we got going on didn't start happening until all this other stuff got introduced.
Yeah.
Vegetables, not everybody had access to them. And vegetables, that's where those big cities were some of the sickest places you could go to. People were sick and starting to get fat. And, you eat right. We eat like pigs. I mean, we gorge ourselves.
Yeah, I eat. If I'm hungry, I eat.
Oh, and I get down. I'm a pound and a half. Sometimes I've been known to eat 2 pounds of burger in one sitting and wake up the next morning and I'm 2 pounds lighter.
And and they do lie to us just about I think everything. And people call me conspiracy theorist, but I'm not.
It's not. It's fact.
It's fact, and I question everything. I don't believe anything, especially now. Especially that we became carnivore. I don't believe nothing.
We've proven that.
And we used to be more active back then. I agree. It helped
to an extent.
Yeah. But we also didn't have soy and all this other stuff that was interfering with reproductive things. But yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, farming is a thing. Like they have documentation of thousands of years ago where they did cultivate. But like the thing is
but there was stuff that was different from what we got going on today.
They figured out that it was good, but they also did it in moderation, seasonal. It wasn't readily available to us. We couldn't just go to the store to get it. All that stuff. And a lot too why they started
Yes.
farming is because they didn't want their workers to eat all the good food. So
they weren't.
there's
They
that.
didn't. I don't think they meant to say farmers. They meant ranchers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there was some farmers too, right? They still had to feed.
But yeah,
the
there was a way more ranchers than there were
Wow.
farmers doing any kind of agriculture because there still wasn't as much money involved in it. It was more about the cattle because that was what was satiating and fed everybody.
Yep. And that, yeah, that's animals. That's what they're here for, is for us to, be fruitful and take care of them as well. But
And
what
yes,
they're
we
here
need to
for.
protect them by
Mhm.
properly managing the herds and everything, and
Yep.
not overdoing it, like harvesting too many of them. We do it right, there's more than enough to go around for everybody and for everybody to be healthy. But
Yep.
what happens if everybody's healthy? Oh, big pharmacy doesn't make the trillions and trillions of dollars off of us that they're making. Don't even get me started on that one.
Yes, but mostly what they grew were to feed cattle.
Yeah.
Because they knew that's
Yep.
what it was
Absolutely.
for.
And there's
Yeah.
people, elderly people, like in their 80s and 90s today, that they're like third or fourth generation cattle ranchers that have been carnivore. Their family has been carnivore their entire life. They don't go grocery shopping.
Mhm.
They literally live off of the land. And they're so healthy and skinny. And the one lady, how old is she?
I don't know, but she's been a carnivore for 65 years. I think she's 70 something.
Yeah, she's up in Canada on a cattle ranch. And
Dr. Andrew Chafee went to her cattle ranch.
Yeah,
and talked to her.
interviewed her, and she gets around better than the people that are 30 years old. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah. It's just frustrating because I wish we can shake people and make, wake up, stop eating at least the processed crap. I remember going to my grandma's house as a kid, and their barn was filled with corn to feed the hogs.
Yep.
And you got yelled at for playing in it.
Yeah.
My grandma had a farm too, and she had a big silo. We get yelled at. Well, first of all, you're not supposed to play in the silo anyway because bad things can happen. You can suffocate in the corn. But anyway, we got yelled at for that, plus playing in the corn because it was for feeding the animals, not for us to be playing in. But I remember that as a kid too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping the movement continues.
Well, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. We're trying to spread the good word. We're not trying to force it on anybody. We're just trying to help people create a social community, help to expand that social community outside of, everybody else that's trying to do it as well. The more people that are involved in doing this and spreading the good word on this lifestyle and being this healthy and feeling this good, more people are going to be more active. There's going to be more outdoor stuff going on, less couch potatoes. It's just this.
Well, even being a couch potato, you are still healthy if you transition over to the carnivore lifestyle.
You can literally lose weight just from sitting on the couch. You don't get a choice in the matter. Your body just goes to the shape that it wants to be. It's supposed to be. I don't work out. I don't do any working out. I've showed this before, but my arms have never been this big in my life. Not ever. I haven't lifted one dumbbell. My job is not very physically demanding. It really isn't. How in the heck am I getting this strong? I got a 6-pack again. My leg muscles. Weird. I mean, she's seen it's really weird.
Yeah.
And my stamina, I'm so strong now. Even at work, everybody's like, "Oh, here comes Hercules," which I think they're just trying to get me to do the work.
Probably.
Saying.
Yeah. So many people won't listen. It's like talking to a wall. It is.
100%.
And then they turn around and put processed food in their mouth, and they wonder why they have IBS, high blood pressure. They have diabetes. They are on the verge of diabetes. They have eye problems. They have swollen ankles. I'm like, you are literally not listening to me, or you challenge the way I'm eating. Yet I am the healthiest I think I've ever been, and yet there you go. And it's hard. part of what I want to do part-time once I get my nutrition degree is get my fitness certification, and I want to be a wellness coach for the keto, carnivore, ketovore diets, like lifestyle. That's what I want to promote. And it's hard, and it's hard to get people to listen. But it's nice when we have a community, and you do get people. You can. Like, if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing and showing and showing and showing and doing and doing and doing, you'll get somebody. I've had it happen to me. So
spreading the good word through Uber, huh?
Most won't accept it.
Yeah, they don't.
In one ear out the other, but you can get people.
They don't want to accept it. They're addicted to the sugars and the carbs and all the BS that they're eating. They're addicted to it, and they don't want to give it up because they've related happiness, the stimulation that happens when you eat it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep saying, make life your happy place, not food.
Yeah.
And it should be that way. I'm so much happier now getting out and doing things and being able to do it. Oh, man.
And that's the only reason why we like to keep our meals simple, too. Yeah. I am enjoying not having to be in the kitchen.
Yeah, packing to go camping.
Wasting my time.
We got this huge double-door refrigerator in our fifth-wheel camper. And before Carnivore, we were stuffing that sucker full just so we had all the ingredients for cooking these elaborate meals. And now we got a couple little drawers with some steaks and burger and maybe some eggs, and that's it. It's not very exciting to open up our refrigerator door.
Yeah.
But it's so good to eat.
And our pantry now at home is our meat slicer, and then we have our bone broth and our element, and I'm like, and my kids' stuff. And I'm like, our pantry's so empty.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're the same way. We're giving you people the solution. This will solve it. This can save your life, literally, and change your life completely in a huge way. It really, honestly can.
And I will send them Dr. Barry's information.
Absolutely.
Dr. Tom Baker's. I'll do.
We're not trying to keep everybody here.
I'm like, follow. Here's a doctor. Here's another doctor. Here's another doctor. These people are intelligent. They have their own patients. They still practice. They're surgeons. Like, I'm not losing my mind when I'm telling you need to try something else, and I have a solution for you, but they refuse to listen. And it's frustrating. It's very frustrating, especially when it's a loved one. It's really frustrating. It's hard. But that's where you just have to kind of just take care of yourself and continue doing you. And
yeah, I just recently lost an extremely close friend. He was like a brother to me. Literally just lost him about a month and a half ago.
Yep.
And he didn't want to listen to me. He didn't want to believe that he was lied to. And I'm still dealing with a lot of that. It's been very hard on me, but he was one of my favorite people.
Yeah, he was told to go on a low salt diet, and he had heart issues.
He was told the opposite of what he should have been doing, and it could have saved his life.
But he was also one of those people that he wasn't going to change.
He wasn't going to change.
I don't think their brains don't work. I don't think it's necessarily they don't work. We're brain fogged when they are feeding us that on purpose to make us numb to everything and
keep us addicted. That's why sugar's in everything.
Sugar's addicting. It's way more addicting than like meth and cocaine. There are two people who did listen. They were very sick, and I'm glad they listened and changed.
We've gotten to a lot of people, especially like out in public when we're up camping and stuff. We'll meet people that have seen us before Carnivore and seen us recently, and they're asking us, and they're usually older people, and they're writing stuff down, and they're following the channel now and getting involved and researching it, and they've started the path of fixing a lot of the issues that they got going on with their bodies and getting healthy and feeling good. And we hear from them all the time how much happier they are. They're able to get out and do stuff, and they're in like mid 70s all the way up to mid 80s, and they're back to having a more active lifestyle. They're stronger, they're lighter, they can get around easier. It's a big deal.
Yeah. They're
enjoying their retirement.
Yeah. Well, I hope that he recovered from that, and now he's healthy. I hope his kidneys are good, because they have reversed kidney disease. Obviously, you are one of the prime examples of that. Yeah. doctors fire me up too. Like my VA
yeah.
doctor told me, be careful with that high-fat diet. It's not going to mix well with the water in your blood. Okay, that right there tells me you did not pay attention to human anatomy and physiology. Right there. Period. Doc.
Yep.
And what's one of the first classes you take when you start going to school to be a doctor? Yeah. So I don't, and my doctor's also big.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to anything you tell me.
Exactly.
There's that.
I mean, if you're a healthy looking doctor and you're all fit and thin and everything, and you look like you're feeling real good, I might listen to a little bit of what you got to say, as long as you're, not trying to point me in the wrong direction.
You asked me why I started Carnivore. It's because I knew I would die if I didn't find a solution. Yeah.
That was me. I was headed down a bad path.
Well, I'm glad you found this lifestyle and you're still here with us, because that's fantastic.
Yes.
And I'm glad you chose to change, and that's another issue.
That is so awesome.
We know about, right, is getting in that struggle. Yeah. I miss this one. They killed 2 of my kids and my mother with the damn, yeah. Yes. My mother-in-law has gone through chemo, and I'm trying to get her off sugars, but she won't listen.
She's cut back a little bit, but she's still eating, and it's tearing my heart out.
And cancer is caused by sugar. Majority of it is caused by cancer.
We all have cancer.
However, you can still have cancer and have issues with cancer, even being a carnivore, because there's another couple that's on here that I follow too. Her cancer did come back. So it's not like a thing that you're never going to get it again. However, you can minimize your chances.
It's not about getting it. It's like about the flare up.
Yeah, because we naturally have.
Yeah,
because cancer is basically just deformed DNA and deformed cells is basically what it is.
And sugar triggers it.
Triggers it to cause it to grow. So yeah.
Cousin, one side, my family, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for you, it's probably a good thing that you chose this way, because it probably helps prevent that from happening to you, especially if it's on both sides. Wow.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm 48. So, I mean, I was headed in a bad direction. I had arrhythmia.
Oh, wow.
And my arrhythmia is gone. It used to be on a daily basis. I had arrhythmia sometimes that would last for 5 or 6 hours. Yeah. And just my heart just sitting there shaking. You can look down and my shirt's just jiggling like this because it's just going nuts. Never really caused me any pain, but you could see it. It was driving me nuts. It sucked. And now, nothing. It's been 3.5 months now since I've had any arrhythmia.
I thought it was a lot. I thought you didn't have an issue for a while.
No, I had one little episode. I mean, it only lasted maybe 2 minutes, but I did notice it. Because sometimes it's hard to notice because it's so subtle. But it was about 2.5, maybe 3 months ago. And before that was a couple months. But it went away really quick. Yeah. And I think that one time that it happened is because I didn't take my electrolytes in the morning. Yeah, probably. I found that electrolytes are very important for heart function.
I talked about this in one of my videos.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so he's had a heart attack and a stroke too. Wow, man, you've been through it. I'm glad you found something that is helping you. That's awesome. Fantastic. Well, they don't tell you these days, I suppose, but chemo, yes. I was against her even getting it. I told her to go straight carnivore and wait a couple months and see what happens. And
they do set you up to die. They absolutely do. But they want to pump a bunch of expensive medicine in you and milk it as long as they can try to keep you alive, just to keep that money coming in.
Weird.
Yeah.
And then she broke her ankle on top of it, so that's not good. Her ankle surgery alone, it was $40,000.
Yeah.
And then top of all her chemo treatments, she said,
Sore subject.
So far, she just got her last treatment a few weeks ago. So far, so good. She's still here with us.
Yeah, all of her tests have come back really positive. It seems like
hopefully we're in the right direction. She does have to have surgery to have some stuff removed, but hopefully it keeps going in the right direction. And maybe you'll kind of know somebody that
you just got your husband on board with the carnivore. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can tell you from my experience, that is a big deal. That is a huge deal.
Well, listen. She was going strong by herself. I mean, right there is like good for you, because it's hard when everybody in your house is not.
I wouldn't have been able to keep this up. I'm not strong enough, but with her doing it with me, that was the extra strength that I need.
Yeah.
And then also seeing her have the same results I was having was just more motivation. But after about 5-6 months of us doing it together, if she went back to eating the old way, it wouldn't bother me. I would not change. I would not. Yeah.
If he tried going back to either right way or the wrong way, he wouldn't be able to.
No, I wouldn't.
You would have to sneak it, because I would never let you bring that crap back into my house.
See, and again, we have that support. It's a good thing.
You would never be able to do that, but yeah. So yeah, they gave his mom a clean bill of health, and So yeah, my mother-in-law has breast cancer, so we're hoping for the best to keep continuing. So if she makes it through this, it'll be great, because she went through the chemo, broke her ankle, has to have some lumps removed, and so we're hoping that she keeps going good. So hopefully she will be okay as well. Yeah, but it's just about breast cancer that she died and stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It wasn't hard. It was easy not to be in pain anymore. Yeah. Once you get past that point, even if you mess up and you fall off the wagon, to me, like, I mean, I'm not everybody else, right? I'm not in their mind. I don't understand everybody. I only understand myself. To me, if you fall off the wagon and you get in such a severe pain, I don't know why you don't get back on and continue. I don't know why people just keep going and going and going and then stop being a carnivore and living this lifestyle. I don't know how people do it. I really don't.
That sucks that happened, and I'm hoping that's not going to happen to my mom, because my mom she truly is just an awesome human being. She is just the most lovable person you'll ever meet.
So,
and
we'll
it's
see.
going to destroy me when she goes.
It won't be good, but hopefully everything keeps going smooth. As long as she doesn't break any more ankles or anything like that, and we can get her recovering. Stevia. So we use stevia. I have to be careful how much I use, because I flare up, but I drink Element. I drink the flavored stuff, and the amount that the stevia they put in there. If I have 2 packs a day, it doesn't bother me.
I've experimented with stevia, and it doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother him.
Not even a little bit.
He's still.
And I'm very honed in with my body. Like I've never been this in touch with my body, and like things going wrong. A lot of my tell is right here in these 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
When I feel anything in those 2 fingers, I know that, okay, what did I eat? And then I got to go back through. Luckily, I don't change things up much. So thankfully, it's pretty easy to pinpoint what it was that caused that and go, okay, no more of that.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, I don't seem to be struggling with much.
No, I can't have, like, I can't do ZVS. He can do ZVS. I can't. My wrist starts hurting and my knee starts hurting. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. That's sucky. I don't know what I would do either if my mom was.
Yeah, your mom and my mom both are pretty awesome.
Sorry for that. Yep. Stevia can do that to people. There's people that can't have any sweetness or even carbs. They can't even do dairy sometimes too, because it causes them to go. My opinion is that means you shouldn't be eating any carbs at all, in my opinion. I think if you can handle a little bit without having that feeling, I think you can handle some. So
Oh, I'm so sorry. That sucks.
Oh man. It's
all the more reason for us to get the word out. I mean,
you are an inspiration, and I'm glad that you stepped up to the plate to change your life.
Thank you for sharing your story too. And most people are they don't want to talk about it with strangers, and that's why we want to have this community grow and people to get comfortable with us, and for us to support each other through this. And we got to have each other's backs here, and keep everybody motivated to stay the path, and get healthy and live a happier life, healthier life, not worry about all that stuff.
I'm supposed to be doing something for school. Yes.
Oh,
geez.
geez.
Paying attention.
That's right. I got this.
You don't have the mouse.
Let's see.
Now you see
Yeah.
why. Yep.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Yeah. I agree completely. Well, not completely. I've had one doctor in my life that he was pretty legit. He genuinely gave a crap, and he would most of the time try to talk me out of taking medications and try to point me in the direction of more natural alternatives. And he was a very healthy doctor, younger doctor. I think he might have been in the realm of keto or ketovore or something like that, but he was a good doctor. And then he ended up moving away, and I haven't heard or seen anything about him. But I think there's a couple doctors out there. It's rare. It's so rare nowadays because they all get kickback. If they prescribe you a medication, they get kickback off of that. So if they gave you a prescription of tramadol or something, they get a little percentage off of each pill that you take from the big pharmacy. So they make money off of doing that by giving you those prescriptions. Oh, I don't trust doctors. I really don't. Even that one I was just talking about, I didn't trust him. I don't trust anybody except for her, honestly. That might be bad. Hopefully none of my friends are on here watching, but it's true. Yes, they have to follow protocol because that's how they were taught in school. Yep. And all the books that they learn out of, those books were developed by, who? Oh, yeah, big pharmacy. They're the ones that funded all of it. Go look it up. It's free information. If you do the right digging, you can actually find who it was that came up with this program and this book at this college. It says right there in the fine print, if you go and really look at it, you can see which pharmaceutical company it was that funded that program. And they try to say that, they funded that program because they're wanting good research done and all this other stuff. No, they want to brainwash everybody into thinking that we have to take medications to survive. And it's a bunch of crap.
Mm-hmm.
Just pill pushers? Yeah. Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, they are not. They're not. Yeah, they are not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially now, more that I know now, yeah, not good.
Looks like we got a few people. Yeah. Nobody's wanting to talk.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We'll be getting off in about 2 minutes, though, because last time we did a live, we went for like almost 2 hours, and that kind of got into our evening because it's almost 7 o'clock here.
And as you can see, I'm sitting on a folded up blanket because I've lost so much weight. Yeah. My butt's bony now, and it hurts to sit in these chairs.
Hello, our friend is back. How are you?
Hey,
like, we got 2 minutes left. You got any questions for me or comments really quick that you want to put out there before we?
I don't know if you've been watching the whole time, but Pat has been doing this for 6 years, Carnivore, and just got her husband on board with it. Lost 120 pounds. Super awesome.
Sorry, I'm trying to like finish this class, but yeah.
It does hurt. It's bony. I don't really have a butt anymore, although my wife says that, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. You can replay back and watch us chit chat with them. So
yeah, this was a good one today.
Yeah. So I'm probably to do my seminars not on Tuesday because I'm supposed to participate in something, but it's not a big deal. I don't lose. It's fine. My classmate didn't really participate either. It's fine. But so I'll have to figure out what day I can do this. I know not Mondays because Dr. Kimberly does his live and I want to interfere with that. But yeah.
Yes, it's such a good thing. Like we were just talking to Pat about. I mean,
she got her husband on it finally.
Yeah, so. Having her on this team with me and vice versa. I mean, we're each other's support system. I mean, we're we're in this. We're invested. We are never going back. Not ever.
Yeah.
And it helps to have that support. It really does. When you got everybody else in the house that's eating all this crap, and you're the only one that's really putting effort into trying to fix it, and nobody else wants to, make the change and just find the courage to do it. And strength. It takes a lot of mental strength. You really have to be dedicated. You got to tell. So what I did in the beginning is every time I'd walk past the candy aisle and I'd see like Reese's peanut butter cups, the little minis. We love to eat those, both of us. I see him. I go, nope, you're going to kill me. And I literally had to just get in that habit of going, nope, that's going to kill me. Nope, that's going to kill me.
Yep.
By doing that, though, as silly as that sounds, it really did help. It did.
Candy smells disgusting to me now.
It's not good. It tastes like chemicals.
Yeah. It smells like chemicals, not taste.
I tried a little piece of Tootsie Roll. We used to love Tootsie Rolls.
Cheater!
I don't like Tootsie Rolls anymore. They're really gross. They're so gross. I cannot believe that those used to be up there in my top 5 of my favorites. Yeah, I've ran into that one already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring burger patties every once in a while to work, or I got these breakfast sandwiches that have a turkey sausage, all natural turkey sausage, with a egg patty essentially instead of a bun. It's just it's like an egg bun on there, so it's just a sausage patty wedged between 2 egg buns, and I'll eat that at work. And they're like, "Oh, you went to McDonald's." I was like, "Look close. Does that look like McDonald's?" No, it doesn't. But they're constantly giving me crap about it.
And I agree with this statement, but people argue with me with all this all the time. I was meaning to do a video over the weekend, a couple weekends ago, going to the store and showing like prices of food and then like saying this is why meat is cheaper than this. However, we had our son for that weekend, and then last weekend we got busy, and I haven't had time yet to go to the store and do that video. I really need to and want to do that video, so I do want to get that done.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Krispy Kreme's stinky. Yeah, Halloween is upon us, and
I used to like Krispy Kremes. Like they're good old. Just
listen,
glazed.
he's talking about all this stuff and it just makes me want to throw up. It doesn't even sound good.
I mean, I don't want them anymore. I want nothing to do with them. I already ruined donuts for me after trying that old-fashioned donut.
I hate, yes, and Halloween. Oh my, that's so annoying with Halloween. We did a trunk or treat on base, and then they're doing trick or treating on base again this weekend, and then we have trick or treating in town on the 31st.
I got it.
That's 3 things they're going to get freaking candy.
I got it. Ugh. We can still give out stuff for the trick-or-treaters.
What are we gonna give them? Our meat slices?
I'm gonna make some homemade jerky.
No, that's jerky from me. You don't get no kids. Kids don't come to our house anyway. We live down a dirt road in the middle, kind of in the nowhere.
Oh, that's true.
So no one comes visit us.
Nobody likes us.
And you're not missing anything.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
You're not missing nothing.
You're not missing anything. Yeah, that's where I was wearing mine.
They're not that good. They're not anything where just eat.
I mean,
really
I used
good.
to think they were pretty good, but anymore, my taste buds have gotten back to where they're supposed to be, and now
eat a good steak.
Yeah. Oh, I crave a steak or just a smoked burger. Smoked burger is probably my all-time favorite. Yeah. I'd say steak is almost tied with it.
Any last questions or anything for us before we go? Because we do have to get off of here so we can get ready for the evening so we can go to bed. So.
Give out Carnivore crisps, yeah.
You're reading too fast on it. It's not Gomer.
No, that's right there.
That's right here now.
See, you're not keeping up.
We had Halloween at my RV camp, and one site was giving away grass-fed beef sticks. What?
That's awesome.
Why are we invited? Oh wait, because you live somewhere, and I don't want to go over there. But that's awesome. See, that's what, like, that's great. Like, that's perfect. Like, why can't we do that type of stuff? Why can't we give out toys?
Even when I was a kid, somebody gives me jerky. I'm eating that before I eat the candy. I've always preferred jerky over candy.
Yeah.
I don't even eat burgers anymore.
So I have a hard time eating steak all the time because I like mine smoked. And then my husband would be smoking all the time.
It's a process.
air
I
fried.
love smoking. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I mean, I cook on that sucker all the time.
I had an air fried one this weekend, and it's just not the same.
It isn't. Smoked steak is, if you do it right, is so good, and it's not that hard to do.
That's why we eat a lot of burgers. It's easy for me to do and make it. So.
And even burgers, I prefer smoked burgers. So.
Yeah. Yes, ribeye is delicious. Thomas Cow Company has delicious ones, and they're really kind of fatty, which kind of sucks for him, but not for me. I love more.
I'm getting better. That big, huge, gristly chunks of fat, I still struggle with. So I try to cut off a little piece of that, and then cut off a big bite of steak, the meat, and eat it all at once. And I'm getting way better. It is getting easier, but it's more the texture thing for me. Flavor-wise, I think it's delicious.
Yeah, so you're spoiled. I wish I could. I think
spoiled.
We are, because I love steak. No, I don't know. I think I could eat steak every day though, but yeah.
Chuck's good too.
Mm-hmm.
I like chuck steaks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And especially when you're on a budget, eat the cheapest cut you can afford, in my opinion. So.
But honestly, we've found that we've lowered our food bill just a smidge, and we're eating really high quality meat. We're not buying all that other stuff that's really expensive. It really is. I know everybody's like, well, meat's expensive. Well, it takes less meat to get you to a point where you feel comfortably stuffed and satiated longer.
You're not eating constantly.
Yep. I eat once, twice a day, maybe.
Eat the gristle. Yes. I love it.
Collagen.
I love it. I love gristle. It's delicious. I eat the cartilage off the end of the chicken wings bones, and I'm a weirdo, but I think it's delicious.
Oh, chicken wings! I devour them suckers. There's nothing but bone left.
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she makes a meatball soup
out of bone
broth,
homemade bone broth,
and beef meatballs that has nothing bad in them.
No, it's just salt and pepper, and I roll them up and drop them in the boiling beef broth on the stove, and it cooks them, and then you can add heavy whipping cream with Parmesan cheese in it too. If you wanted to. But
and that's super good that way too. But just the broth
and the meatball.
Delicious.
I'm making that this weekend.
That actually sounds awesome. Our roast. She makes awesome roasts in the Ninja.
We have to buy a roast. It's very delicious. And it's super easy. So you just take bone broth, put it in your pot.
It's simple. It's so simple.
Take your ground beef, season it, mix it, and then roll it in meatballs and just drop it in there and then cook it for, I think,
a little bit
10
of advice on the
something.
meatballs. Don't make them that big around like she does. Make them a little bit smaller. That's a little bit easier to deal with.
I don't think it doesn't take that long to cook either. So
yeah, it'll take less time if you make them smaller. But they were the size of my fist. And I go to eat it for the first time. I pulled one out and I was like, holy cow, I can't even get my mouth around that.
You're going to be cooking more now. You smoke the roast and then you put it in.
We tried that.
Did we?
Yeah, we did that. You said you weren't sure. You were on the fence about it. Me, I thought it was good.
But anyways, we're going to get off here. It was nice chatting with you guys. I'm hoping I skipped the week before doing a live. But maybe next week I'll do another live because I like doing these a little bit more than sitting here and just talking to myself. But you guys can leave comments after we are done here. And I like suggestions for videos. Or if you guys just like hearing me chit-chat and just be random, that's great too. I like having ideas because I want to keep you guys, motivated and watching and all that fun jazz. So Miss
Pot roast.
We'll have to look at.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see what all's in that. For sure. I mean, we were like just salt, garlic, and pepper.
I like salt.
Salt especially.
He likes a lot of pepper. I am just a salt.
Well, hang on,
girl.
Hang on, real quick, just to be fair. The pepper I like is a kind of a gourmet pepper. It's made by Old Thompson brand. They used to sell it at Bed Bath & Beyond, but now our local store, Albertsons, carries it now. Or you can order it off of Amazon. But it's a 5-pepper blend, and you put it in a grinder. We got these rotisserie grinders. It's got a handle on top. It's so much easier to grind pepper. But this pepper, I'm telling you, it is the best tasting pepper on the planet. I'm a pepper connoisseur. I've had so many types of pepper, and this stuff is legit. I still like the good old fashioned black pepper. I mean, that's just a solid go-to, but this stuff is good. And I like to pepper up the meat. There's nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, it's Mississippi pot roast seasoning. I'll Google that.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
All right. Well, y'all have a great evening.
Yep.
I will be doing a video again this week. I don't know what day, probably Thursday, but we will see you all soon and have a great evening. And thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for chit-chatting with us. Thank you for answering questions. And make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And if you would like, you can check out that join button below too. And we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.